So when I'm heading out on tour, I try to actually like be smart about what I'm packing. Usually if I'm touring in America, because our country is so huge, it takes me into several different like climates and temperature zones. So sometimes I have to pack like various different things, like warmer weather things. And so with packing, I try and be smart about my clothes. I try to like bring one blazer and then a bunch of like tops. But then like I also feel like I need to like still look like cool for you guys and not like wear the same exact thing every day. So I tend to overpack with like tons of like options that I never ever wear. One thing I do like obsessively bring with me when I go on tour is my Kindle. It's like totally loaded up with books. So reading was how I first got into writing. It was the fantasy books that I read that kind of awoke this love of writing fantasy and a desire to write fantasy. So as a huge reader, I have this terror of being stuck somewhere with nothing to read. So before I go on tour, I always just like buy way more books than necessary, just in case like my plane's delayed like 10 hours and I'm stuck at the airport and like the airport bookstore is randomly closed or they don't have like books that I want to read. I just need to have something that I'm like into reading with me. And other than that, I like to bring, this is so nerdy, but like I like to bring like a couple like sets of like gym clothes so I can just have like an hour or two, like if I have enough time when I get to a city to just go like work out and like lose myself like in my head, because if I'm like on like the treadmill or the elliptical, like that's just like brainstorming time where I like blast like epic music and like totally like imagine that I'm like fighting with like the witches or like fighting horrible fey creatures. So I like to just have that like little bit of quiet time when I'm on tour. But tour's always an adventure.